And we are live. Have it.
Hello, guys. Well,
Welcome.
welcome. This is episode number 20 with the Fierce Felines. Tonight, we are going to go over the importance of adding fitness into your healthy lifestyle. So, come along with us. We're going to go over all of this, and we appreciate all of you being here. So, yes, let's show off our biceps, right? Um, so we're going to just go over some different fitness things that you can do no matter what level you are at, whether that is seated, all you can do is seated exercises, minimal, just moving your own body parts for now. Absolutely fine. Everybody has to start somewhere. We've all started at different levels. So I will tell you that the longer you're doing carnivore, I think you'll find episodes where you're going to have higher energy. Sometimes you'll have some of those low energy, and I always say add fat. So I do think you'll be able to do this at least 3 days a week, no matter how minimal the amount of fitness is. It's better than where you started from if you were doing nothing. So my name is Laura. I'm your co-host at Healthy Carnivore. What about you, Robin?
Yeah, we're super excited to be back. I can hardly believe that it's been 20 episodes already. That's amazing. So, Laura talked about it. We're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about, and for me, I've been struggling with motivation. So, we'll talk a little bit about that today. I'm Robin Heron. I'm your carnivorous grandma, and I'm super excited to be here tonight. And how about you, G?
Hey, it's me, G Brown, the Lifestyle Changer. I am the co-host of Hanging with the Browns. And so let's talk. I'm glad we're doing this one because I think the thing that motivates me the most is when you tell me I can't do something. That's number one. I do appreciate challenges. That's number two. And I do not like to sweat. I do not like bugs. And I do not like a lot of outside. And I'm not a fond person of exercise. So you know how people turn around and they are like, whew, I feel good. Yeah, you don't get that from me. And so we're going to talk about that during this episode. So I'm going to start out because some of the things we're going to talk about is strength training, cardio, flexibility, and other forms of physical activity. Well, when I didn't know any better, and I would do a calorie deficit, small meals, still ate what I wanted, but I got to the point where I knew I had to do something. The weight wasn't going anywhere, and doggone it, because I'm an excellent food manipulator. I folded my arms and said, okay, I got to do something. So I'm glad I did that. I lost 10 pounds in 6 months. And that
Mhm.
was like nothing. So let me share with you what I've done. So something from before. I feel like show and tell today. This I did not get from Amazon. This is at Walmart. All right. If I'm not mistaken, I know it had to be less than $10 because I'm not an exerciser and I wasn't doing anything. So this is called this is a stretch band. So this is the center of it where the label is. And then as you can see, these hooks and holes throughout. So what does that do? I can put a foot in here and put a foot in here. If I choose to, I can put 1 foot here. And then when you do that, now I have the strap. So I've sat in a class where they turned around and told me, reach down there and touch my feet. Now I'm looking at my feet looking at me, and we were nowhere close to each other. So this way, if I have to elevate my leg, guess what? I can do that. And then you can lay on your stomach and do it. You can grab
That's
this one.
behind you.
Oh, baby, yes,
Yep.
that was like the biggest thing. So, and you can, and then you pull down on this one, and it stretches that. Oh, look at that, y'all! Look at that good stretch. Oh my goodness, you feel it. You can go
Getting
to the
rid
side,
of all that skin.
all of that with this
Yep.
less than $10. Now you can do that with bands. You can do it with a towel. You don't have to go this route. Why I like it is this is what it's for. And then I love the fact that I can put my hands in it. I can be on my stomach, put my feet in it, and then pull my legs back. Oh, it's just so, it feels good just thinking about it. All right, that's one. I won't call myself a germaphobe, but I'm just not into just laying anywhere. Okay. And so a yoga mat. I have one of these too. But look, it's flexible. So this is something that I would take to the gym. I would put the Walmart before you even ask. And so I didn't need the one that you rolled up and it left that look like I'm a delivery person on the bicycle. So this would go across the bench. It would do, I mean, it lays out for me. And there it is. But I always kept it in the bag because of the plastic smell. My next thing that I have shared with you guys, I'm getting all mine out the way so the other ladies can talk. Hey everybody, how you guys doing? So, hey Priscilla. I know, okay, stay focused, G, stay focused. So, this is the one that we've been raving about. So now let's advance forward, and I'm carnivore and I'm feeling good. But if you guys remember, I would go up to the gym so I can stand on their scale, measure my fat, take my body measurements and all that other stuff. And then one day, Laura said, I ordered a scale. And she started talking about it on the show. And my husband watches the show. He's probably somewhere on here. So he goes and he orders it while we are still live on the video. And it was this. This here is the scale, and it does your weight, your BMI, your body fat percentage, fat mass. I mean, just all kind of stuff. The link is in, if you're on here because of me, the link is in my description. The other ladies have the link in their description as well. So now when I stand on this, there's an app. It shows me everything. But wait, there's more. And we have the blood pressure. So I love doing this as well. My problem is I keep doing it first thing in the morning, and I want it throughout different times of the day. My husband uses it. It's a two-person thing. You'll have it for person one, person two. So I love that. It keeps up with his readings and my readings. But there's more. And now you don't need anybody to help you measure your body, because this snaps around. You hit the button, bam. It takes your measurements, and all three of these goes inside of your app. And if you have an Apple product, it'll share it inside of your health in there as well. So let me tell you how just doing that has motivated Frederick and I. It's like you're because it's going to even tell you your metabolic age, y'all. So you're standing on there, and I guess that shoots the impulse up, some kind of pulse, and it's registering visceral fat, all of that. And because now it's like this in your face, it makes you want to take that extra step. It makes you want to walk up to the rec center and go around and around and around and up the steps and down the steps. I'm talking about me. You want to now do these things because it's almost as like you got your partner with you. And so I encourage you, especially if you don't know, it doesn't have to be this brand. It could be something else. Because if I'm not mistaken, when we get to Robin, she has a different brand, but the same concept. You kind of see a little bit what's going on in your body. And so, Robin, what do you think?
Yeah, agree. So I got the Aura scale. If you guys have ever heard of the Aura ring, it's that same brand. And it has an app also that that I use, and it's called, what is this thing called? MyFit or something like that. Interestingly, when I first got on the scale, so I got the scale earlier this week. When I first got on the scale, I was 61. My body age was 61. but I think I had some inflammation and stuff like that. So my weight was up a little bit. But today I'm down to 59. So I'm only 2 years older than
Right.
my regular age. So I was like, well, I got G beat.
Wait, that's so funny because I forgot. Y'all, wait, let me say what really happened. When it turned around, because I feel 33 on the inside. I say that all the time, but the scale said I was 61. So here's Robin saying, well, at least it said you wasn't 80. So now let's fast forward that she gets her scale. And then she comes on and says, but it says I'm 61. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not 61 either. I'm like, well, at least it didn't say you was 80. And she's like, no, but I'm younger. I was like, yeah, now you know how I feel. That was so
Right.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So today it says I'm 59, but it tells me my weight, my BMI, body fat, fat mass, fat-free body weight. Wow. I got a lot of fat on my body. Muscle mass, muscle rate, skeletal muscle, bone mass, protein, water weight, body water, subcutaneous fat, visceral fat. Now my visceral fat is still in the red. So my visceral fat is at a 10. I had started sprinting to try to take care of the visceral fat.
Yep.
I stopped sprinting, but I need to get back to it because I want to get that visceral fat number down for sure. And then again, my body age is 59 years old. My ideal body weight, though, y'all, they tripping. They're really tripping with this. My ideal body weight is 112 pounds.
That's crazy.
In what world? That's never going to happen.
That's
I know
not
they
even
didn't take
healthy.
into account
So,
your
yeah.
age. Well, but I will say that's the difference. I think that your device, first of all, I love the ring aspect. I think I
Yeah.
would have gotten that ring
Yeah.
most
I'm gonna get the
definitely.
ring too.
And so I'm just gonna write these people and say, y'all need to make a ring.
Yeah,
That's
tell
what I'm
them,
gonna
tell
say.
them to make a
Mhm.
ring. So, yeah, ideal body weight is just ridiculous. I'm really not so concerned with my body weight so much. I am concerned with health and continuing to have improvements in my health. I'm definitely concerned about the visceral fat because visceral fat is very dangerous to your heart and your organs and things like that. So I'm concerned about that. So over the course of the time, I've done a few different challenges. So I did the hula hoop challenge, I did the plank challenge, I did the Peloton with Simpson, and of course, I've done walking with the dogs and walking by myself. I love that tool that G just showed us for stretching because stretching is so good and it feels so good and it really helps with your flexibility. And then, I really do want to get back to sprinting. So I was going to say that the weather was breaking, but today it was like snowing off and on all day. But it's going to be warm soon, so I'll be out. I think I'm going to go to the track. So here's the thing. A lot of people have watched my sprinting videos, and a few people have commented and said, that's not sprinting. That's jogging. Or that's wobbling. Somebody told me that I was wobbling. I'm like, dang, y'all so rude. Cut it
There's
out.
something else behind that computer screen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm going to get out there and actually sprint on the track. We have a college right here around me where they have a track. And so I'm going to go out there and sprint. I will, of course, record that for you guys so you can see me wobble down the track. And, I'm doing the best I can with the bad knees that I have. I do have knee pain and struggle with that. So I'm trying to do exercises that accommodate for the fact that I have this arthritic knee and it still has not gone away. I'm hoping that eventually it'll continue to get better. I do see my mom just put a comment up here. So Core Scale does do this. Core Scale is an awesome scale. It's another different scale that you could use. My mom gave me one. One day, Core Scale stopped working and said, I'm not working again for you till you pay me $20 a month. And I said, sorry, Core Scale, I'm not doing that. So my Core Scale is here, but I don't use it because they want a monthly fee of $20 a month to be able to see all those metrics. Whereas the scale that you guys have and then the scale that I have, I can see all my metrics for the cost of the scale,
Right. Right. That's what I like.
Right.
Now I
Mhm.
can see all of my metrics. So thanks for bringing that up, Mom, because that's a really awesome scale. But I couldn't believe they were charging 20. I mean, they didn't have like an entry rate or nothing. It's like $20 a month. That's a lot.
Your mama said that's not true.
Mama,
She called you out.
mine stopped working. Mine
Ah,
stopped working and
that
said,
is so
until
that's
you
so
pay
funny.
me $20 a month. That's my mom, y'all. Bernice in the chat.
I
Yes.
love it.
It stopped working. So,
Speak the truth, Mom.
Mom, stop busting me out here in these YouTube streets. Okay, Laura, you're up.
Okay, so first thing I want to say, just because I can remember when I first started on this lifestyle journey over 33 years ago, I had zero money to be able to do any of these types of things. I just had an old Montgomery Ward scale that just told me how fat I was.
Montgomery
I didn't
Ward.
have
Girl, you went back.
anything exercise wise. It was a nice Montgomery Ward one. It had the little cushion on it. I was kind of impressed. But anyway, that's all I really had. And I didn't have any stamina. I literally started by walking from my front door down a sidewalk, maybe 50 feet to the mailbox and back. And that would be like one trip a day. I got it. Then a week later, it was like, can we do 3 trips? Can we, and I bumped it up. So even though we have some of these items like the scale, I do love the scale to be able to see, those little changes that you're making along the way, but it's not something that you absolutely have to have. It's just
Right.
something that if you can, something to do. Otherwise, the next best thing really is taking measurements because you're going to see those changes that way. Um, Another thing is if you do blood pressures, like G was saying, you definitely want to do the blood pressures at the same time. So if you usually do it in the mornings, that's going to be when you want to take all of them is in that morning time. If you're somebody that likes to do it in the evenings, then that's what you need to do is your blood pressures at those times because it can fluctuate throughout the day so much that
Okay,
you need
but
to find a time
I
that you
need
want
you,
to do it.
Laura. Now you've opened up something because a lot of times when we go into the doctor's office,
Hmm?
one of the things
Yep.
they say, take it at different times of the day. Okay, so that's the
I know.
reason why. I'm
Uh-huh.
just so sick and tired of everybody just telling
Yeah.
me the wrong stuff.
Do
I'm
you
sick
Mhm.
know
and
why?
tired of it. Please tell
The
me why,
reason
because
they
see,
Yes,
wait a minute, it
because the
makes
reason
sense, but go ahead.
yeah. So the reason they tell you that is because it is absolutely, if you wake up, that's going to be your most accurate blood pressure. It's what we do after surgery on purpose. After waking you up, you've been asleep, we've shut everything down, most accurate. You drink some water, you drink some tea, you drink some coffee, you haven't went up and went to pee. Your blood pressure is higher. If we
Mhm.
have you check it all day long and you go into the doctor's office and they're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, you got high blood pressure." Guess what they get to do?
Put you on a
Prescribe a blood
pill.
pressure medicine. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was a cardiac nurse for over 8 years, and it was absolutely what we were trained to do, whether it was after open heart, after cardiac cath, whether it was just cardiac therapy that you were doing after you had something done. It was always stay with whatever time, whether if you like to take it at noon, then always take it at noon. If you're a morning, take it morning. But that taking it all over the day, you're going to be all over the map, you know, and that's going to play right into the hands of medications. So that would not be how I would do it. Some of the things that I do that are free, because I already own my treadmill, is I do sprint 3 times a week. I do not sprint outside because I live in a farming community area and I will be ran over by big trucks. So we just aren't going to go out there and do that. Um, so I do that. I do kickboxing and I literally use Turbo Fire CDs that I bought 17 years ago and I'm still
Wow.
using those same ones. Yes. So that's
Nice.
pretty
Turbo
much
Jam,
what I
right?
call free. Yep. Yep.
Oh, I love Turbo
Uh,
Jam.
Yep. And then I do grounding every day. I do stretching every single day, depending on what body part I use. That's where I do most of my stretching. We do walk most every single day with our dog, 1 to 2 miles. And then I decided that I was gonna, because I don't normally do challenges, because I already literally every day have implemented some form of exercise that I do every day.
Don't tell the challenge
Oh,
yet. Don't tell
okay.
the challenge
But
yet.
I did get into one, and I about died yesterday. And that's all. Later on, we'll talk about what
Yes,
about killed
yes.
me. But I'm
We
telling you,
that's
I was
a good
saying bad
teaser
words. I
right
was like,
there.
I'm going to get these girls. Yeah, so it was definitely, but I just say anything you can do that you weren't doing yesterday or today is a movement in the right direction. Whether, like I said, whether it's just taking cans or,
Mhm.
my Redmond's clay and, you use that as some weight, whatever you have available, any type of movement, even your own body weight is better than nothing. So just getting out there and getting some kind of a plan, putting it in motion. If you're somebody that doesn't like to get up and work out, I found in the beginning, because I did not like to do it. Now I love it. It is my therapy so that people that annoy me in the real world are still alive. So it works for me. What I had to start doing was the night before, I had to put my running shoes or my workout shoes, whichever I was doing, and my workout clothes, set them out there. They're looking at me as soon as I walk out my bedroom door, like, here I am, put me on. And so I
Mhm.
found that kind of kept me honest of,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to be honest to yourself. You did this. So let's get on there. And, after you did the first 5 minutes, you're like, that's right. This feels pretty darn good. So, and you will get to the point where when you get done, you're like, I feel excellent. It just takes some time to make that kind of a new habit. So, um, on further on for like the carnivore cross training, is starting out slow. You want to be very careful if you have not been doing a lot of exercise. It is super, super easy to get an injury, pull a muscle. Even at 50, I tore my Achilles. I did a 3/4 inch tear. It
Hmm.
wasn't actually exercising. I was being greedy and dragging out my second deer, and I tore it that way. So my husband says I was being a game hog, so I deserved what I got. He said that, but I don't think he meant it. I don't know. Maybe he did. But I would just start out each week, maybe making a goal that is going to be attainable. You don't want something so high. Like I've had people go, well, I'm going to start doing 100 push ups a day. Oh, I don't think so. I think you better say, I'm going to start with 5. If you've never done one, start with 5, work your way up. And each week, you can add more. But I think if you try to throw it too far out there, you're going to hurt yourself and then you're not going to enjoy it. And you're not going to be able to do it for a while because you're going to have to heal. And just like Robin alluded to earlier, with her having, arthritic knees, that is something that will get better over time with the way she's eating and her lifestyle. But it's a slow process
Yeah.
of healing that area, because those areas where that arthritis is at has no blood supply actually to it. It is fed by, the fluids that are around it. So it's slow to work out. But I would just say be careful. If you get super sore, you know, you can skip a day, just add in a different day or do a different body part. I never say you should do an all over when you're first starting. I would stick to certain areas of the body and alternate those every day so that you don't get super sore, because I have done that to myself. Um, I think that's the main thing for me. Is you want to keep it exciting and you do want to have it challenging, but not so high that you can't reach it. Because I think if you do that, then you're not gonna hit it. And we all want to try to do the best that we can for ourselves. So
I
That
want
was
to
was
one of
Fred
the
asking?
that was one of the
Oh,
questions that someone asked.
uh
How are these scales actually working? And I remember him telling me. So, y'all, that was me texting him, say, "Come put in the comments. What did you say so I don't mess it up?" And so there you
Mr.
go.
Electrical Engineer.
There you go. So it has,
Mm-hmm.
you have those sensors on there. So when you stand on it, it sends that pulse up, and I mean, it reads it. And
Yeah.
it does work because he and I are, well, he weighs a little more than I do, but his age is younger than mine because it's reading his body different from mine. He has way more muscle and it's showing it. Yeah, so I like that. I just wanted to put that up there for that the person. I didn't let me know when you finish, Laura.
Yeah.
I
No,
was just going to
I'm
say,
good.
I want to add on about this shake plate. We see Bill Knott
Yep.
in Alaska using that shake plate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the shake plate is also a really good form of exercise. And it's good for like your lymph nodes and lymphatic drainage and stuff like that. So that's also a thing. I see a lot of people when I watch Bill's videos in the comments. I see a lot of people that are getting those shake plates. And I
I've
think
considered it. I've
shake
considered it. Yeah.
really, really. Me too. I think I'm gonna
No,
get.
I considered it for that. I still had that knot under my arm. It's not as big as it was, but it's still there. And I said it could be a lymph node. Let me shake. Let me put this up, and then I'm gonna move to the next segment. So on my app, when you get to a color, well, any of them,
Mhm.
oh, you look at the old people. Where is, oh, right here. When you get there and I have my numbers, I don't know where is that scale. And you have these numbers. I know you really can't see the, oh wait, because of the lighting, but I have that yellow number. But when I click it, like for instance, I just hit my visceral fat. It gave me the number of an 8. But then you see that scale going right here across. So that's telling me excellent, acceptable. Mine is acceptable, high or excessive. So now let me tell you, my BMI. Let me see. Can you see where that circle is? It's telling me I am right at the cusp of still overweight. If I get down, then the next is number, but I'm right at the cusp of I'm this close to normal, but I'm still sitting in overweight with where my body is registering. So I love this. And then I was able to tell it what I want to weigh, what my desire is, and it'll let me know. I'm not feeding food into it. I still need to figure out which app I want to use for that because I do know that wait. Oh wait.
I love my rebounder.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh,
And
what
it's
is that?
cheaper. It's a mini trampoline, but mine's got like handlebar that you can hang on to till you get really good at it. But you do that jumping on that with like I do it barefooted. I don't wear any kind of shoes or socks on it. And you can do
Mm-hmm.
different exercises. And they have like
Let me look
rebounding
that up.
groups that are on YouTube. And boy, they come up with all these good things. I love it.
Mm.
And I'm cheap, so I'm frugal.
Oh, did you see? I was getting ready to get you. I was getting ready to get you.
I know. I was like, wait. I'm
Look,
frugal.
she say rebounders make you feel like a kid.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
fight your grandkids.
Oh,
Well, you know what
Lord.
happened to my hula hoop?
Mm,
One of the
I can
grandkids, it has a weight, and inside the weight is a bunch of
yep.
sand. One of the grandkids unplugged
Oh.
it and poured all the sand out, and then broke my vacuum cleaner
Oh.
trying to clean it all up. It was like,
Oh
the
no.
hula hoop is useless. I tried to see if I could buy a replacement, but nope, I gotta buy a whole new hula hoop.
Darn it.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the one that you and Rhonda have that go around. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have something.
I need
All
to
right,
I
well,
need to do that because hula hooping is really good. It feels
see?
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right, well, news that we can use.
Good evening. I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, bringing you news you can use from the community. Tonight's topic focuses on integrating fitness routines with the carnivore lifestyle. Working out on the carnivore diet is pretty much like training on any other kind of diet, but there are a few key differences to consider if you want to maximize your results. For example, some training methodologies may be more difficult at different stages of your carnivore journey, depending on how fat adapted you are. Someone new to the carnivore diet might be wondering, is working out essential on carnivore? No. Working out on the carnivore diet isn't essential, but it's extremely useful for one big reason: insulin resistance. One of the main reasons people choose to go on the carnivore diet is for weight loss, health, and autoimmune issues, almost all of which are dependent on your insulin levels and your insulin sensitivity. The more insulin resistant you are, the more you'll struggle to lose weight, get healthy, and manage your autoimmune sensitivities. Training is one of the best ways to help become more insulin sensitive because the muscles are the main sources of insulin uptake. In other words, bigger, more toned muscles help you manage insulin. Another benefit to the carnivore diet in your workout routine is becoming fat adapted. Becoming fat adapted essentially means your body can utilize fat as a source of fuel in the most efficient way possible. This is important for someone who wants to undertake any kind of exercise program because it's the difference between poor performance and great progress. So how long does it take to become fat adapted? It can take anywhere from 30 days to 12 weeks to become fat adapted, and even longer than that to begin performing at your best, especially if you participate in high power activities like strength training and powerlifting. You may wonder, how do you know when you've become fat adapted? You'll know when you've become generally fat adapted because you'll be able to go for long periods of time between meals without feeling hungry. You'll know you're fat adapted for your workouts when you begin to see yourself exceeding your previous personal best. How does one become fat adapted faster? There are a few things you can do to become fat adapted for training on the carnivore diet. First of all, do not cheat. Even a single cheat day can set you back if you're in the early stages of fat adaptation. Secondly, increase fat intake. Fat is now your primary source of fuel, so it stands to reason you're going to need more of it. If you begin to lose weight too quickly, it could be a sign you need more fat. Lastly, working out fasted and training while fasted has been shown to increase fat oxidation and could improve the efficiency at which you metabolize fat for fuel. Consider working out first thing in the morning, but take it easy. Now, for most carnivores, training will suffer on the carnivore diet, especially for those who spend most of their time doing glucose-specific training like strength training or bodybuilding. Although muscle size and quality often increase with no training at all when starting out on the carnivore diet due to the increased protein intake, it's not without its challenges. Now, with the subject of strength training on the carnivore diet, it is a minefield of information because we hardly have any reputable research on the topic. One of the biggest myths about strength training is that you need lots of carbs to lift heavy. While this may be true as you go through the fat adaptation phase, most seasoned low-carb strong men always return to or exceed their previous personal best when they consider a strength-to-weight ratio. Or in other words, strength athletes will almost certainly get smaller in size due to the fat loss and lack of water retention, but muscle mass will increase due to the extra protein intake. With that being said, increasing strength requires super physiological amounts of training, which some non-carnivores believe may require some supplementation with carbs. Now, I will tell you that endurance training is probably where the carnivore diet excels because it requires the least amount of short bursts of power and relies heavily on fat as a source of fuel. Many endurance athletes are now turning to low carb or zero carb diets to fuel their workouts and competitions. As for me and my carnivore workouts, my workout routines have changed drastically as a result of me returning to work. Where I used to do between 6 to 8 15-second sprints on a soccer field, now I only walk about an hour around my workplace. As far as staying carnivore, I find it super easy to make my lunches for work. Since I'm a minimalist, I keep it simple by cooking quick meals such as meatballs, ribeye steak bites, bacon and cheese egg bites, burger patties, and power bowls, which consist of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs scrambled together. I will tell you that because of my swing shift work schedule, I have even modified my workflow for my YouTube channel. Instead of the usual variety of videos that were uploaded in the past, what is uploaded these days are the weekly segments of news you can use as seen right here. I also upload shorts from time to time when I experiment with new cooking recipes, so please be sure to check them out. So this has been Carnivore News you can use from the community. Thank you for watching and good night.
I was actually going to say that I was going to give you guys that update in regards to her channel, is that segment that you see, if you go to Carnivore Leo, it's there if you just want to pull that one segment. So I did want to throw that out there to you guys. So wait, let me get this down. Whoever is next, I need to get this down, but I did want to add that. What's next, guys? Robin.
Yeah, Robin.
Yep. Now she's getting ready to tell it all.
All right.
The
So again, if you guys have questions, I do see lots of comments in the chat. You guys are being very active. That's awesome. If you have questions, please go ahead and put those in the chat. So we felines, G keeps challenging us. I'm just going to be straight up with y'all. It's G.
Yes. All G. It is G's fault.
I need motivation, and if I'm going, y'all going with me.
Right. And so
Man.
it's really actually very, very nice to have accountability partners. Find somebody who you can do a challenge with and have some accountability for it. So like I did the Peloton challenge or the bike riding challenge with Simpson in the month of February. So that was fun. And so this, we're doing a 7-day challenge, and we'd like to invite you guys to come along with us on this 7-day challenge. It started today. Some of us started yesterday, but today was the actual official start of our 7-day challenge. We have a 20-minute wall Pilates fat burning workout. It's a full body Pilates workout. So, and we're going to commit for 7 days, 20 minutes a day, and do this this Pilates wall workout. Now there are other workouts that you can do. So like Rhonda gave us a couple of different ones. One is a 20-minute chair yoga program. One is, and this is the one that I did, is Pilates for very painful knees. I did that one, but I'm going to do the wall.
How was it though?
I felt like it didn't help. It didn't make my knees feel better.
Right. But I think it was to not make them feel worse.
Right. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I feel like I could probably I did go to let me just say it like this. I went to the comments of this video after I did it, and I saw like the ages of the people that were doing it. I didn't see anybody my age doing it. There was people who had knee replacements, hip replacements, those kinds of things going on. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the wall one, especially since Laura said it was really, really hard and you guys are doing it. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the wall one today. But there's a seated Pilates, there's seated ab workouts. There's lots of workouts that you could do, but we really would love it if you would partner with us for this 20-minute wall Pilates. We'll all put this link in our show notes so that you can find the link and you'll be able to go ahead and try and do it. So, it's just nice to have that accountability.
I'm like super excited. I am. Wait. Let me see what Bliss was saying. Robin, something that really helps me when there's arthritis is strengthening the muscles, supporting the joints. It really works well. Yeah, you're really, y'all. And I don't know if these people are going to watch this or not. I shared this information, told them about the show, but I met a group of people yesterday. She had just had a knee replacement, and after all the questions, after everything, then the next question was, what time does the buffet close? And so with that being said, you have to be at a point where you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They weren't sick and tired of being sick and tired. Right. It is, and everybody knows that that walk after you've been sitting for a while and you go to get up and your body is like not wanting to participate. And then you have to be a little hunched over until you can straighten that back up. You know that walk when you get up out of that chair. Well, and I watched that happen, and you have to be where you need to be. And I'm just thankful that this group of ladies and you guys in the comments are going with us. All right. Yes. All right. So the next thing, I don't know, let me know when it's my turn to do this next one.
So I wanted to can you guys give us a comment, give us a heart, give us a shout out if you think you're going to join us for this 7-day challenge.
Yes.
We would love to partner with you and be your accountability partner and have you be ours to be able to do this challenge. So just pop something in the chat if you're planning on doing it. All right, I'm done.
Okay, so now what I didn't do was I'm trying to show.
Yay,
Suzette. Yay. Okay, so I have another video.
Wait a minute. Let's answer this question because Simpson wants to know, does it have 100 pulses?
No.
Thank the Lord, because I hate the 100 pulses.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Nope. The seated one was 45 seconds for each of the different exercises. And yeah, so and you could go slower than, you have to build up. We don't want you to hurt yourself, but no. And then the wall one, it wasn't either. I did both of them yesterday and I was like, oh boy, I had sweat running down my back. I was like, this should not be as hard as sprinting. I was pretty surprised. And I did those scissor kicks and I was like, ugh, yikes. So yeah, but it was a good workout, but not something so hard that you can't do it, because you can always do a lesser version of each of the exercises that they showed until you're able to work yourself up to those things. So yeah.
So I see Kathy asking for a demo. I am going to be posting a short of the workout that I did today. And it is all about strengthening the muscles around the knee, and getting those muscles, working so that the knee can work better. So yes, I'm going to do a short about that this evening, and I'll make sure that I get that out today so that you guys can have it.
Yeah,
so as far as the demo is concerned.
Yes. Now I had
your mom's in.
video to show you guys, but it's not going to work. She's going to have to send me an actual link. So I'm going to close that out. Rebecca.
Laura. Oh.
No, I know. Yeah. No, this time it was Rebecca, where she was sharing her tip because she's not on the show tonight. So she sent me a video and I said, oh yeah, I sent it to the computer, but because it's QuickTime, it's not showing up on the screen. So I'm not able to show that. I will show it at another time because it's some good information in there. She wasn't able to be with us tonight. We're not all on the same time zone, everybody. So I need for you all to know that. And so we come in, but no, we are not on the same time zone, but we, try and get in here and share our lives with you. Yes. All right. So
we got a question here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adrian wants to know, what is the challenge? So the challenge is that we are doing a 7-day, 20-minute wall Pilates fat burning workout every day for 7 days starting today. So, and we're going to put that link to this workout in our show notes this evening. So you will have it. So, and we're asking that if you're going to join, and I'm taking your names down for those who say they're going to join, we'll talk to you guys again next week.
Well, that way we can reach out.
There you go.
And I just want to say to Adrian, congratulations on your starting that lion challenge. Yeah. I have been lion for over a year and I love it. Good for you.
We did the lion challenge for the month of February. And we all didn't make it, and that's okay.
But you survived.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And glad we did it.
Yeah. Yep. I do think you learn a lot of stuff.
I think the biggest thing for the this challenge, whether it's Pilates, yoga, whatever it is, you can do it in a chair. I wanted to do the wall version. It was difficult to find a wall because my daughter says if I see a wall, I want something on it. Yeah, I got stuff all over the walls. Okay. And so I did find a place, but that's when I remembered that they also, they meaning the ladies, gave a chair version as well. The bottom line is to get some movement going. Even now, I used to say, like many years ago, is that if you're watching a show, when a commercial comes on, move during the commercial. I don't care if it was jumping jack. I don't care if you sit in the chair and you just sit here and just keep touching your toes. Okay. I don't care if you get this band that I'm talking about and then you just turn around and you just stretch but now we stream and there's no commercials. Right. So if you have a watch that you can set for every 2 hours, and in that 2 hours, you do something for 5 minutes, whatever it is. And I love everyone that comes back to our show, that comes in, that says stuff, that encourages us. We're here to share with you guys transparency over our lives, and some people take shots at it.
They do. They really
do. And it's like, but what are you doing? And so we want you to know that you're not alone, that we can do this together, that we can have all of this great stuff. And there you go.
I always tell them, show me your numbers, I'll show you mine. I've been doing this for 33 years. Mm-hmm. And I took care of people that were doing different people's lifestyles in the cath lab.
Here,
and I saw a lot of skinny fat. Yeah.
Yeah. So Suzette says she's 19 days in. She's feeling good. I know you are, girl. Thank you. Yeah. Tell her, emphasize that adding that fat to the meal, most definitely.
Absolutely. And if you have trouble with rendered fat where it's in the liquid form, you can always do cold ghee, cold butter, cold tallow, cold lard if you need to, a bite of it. And if it's like, ooh, that sounds strange to do that, add a little of the Redmond salt or Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt, whatever, not table salt, throw that stuff away. use it for the rats or something or whatever, get rid of it. But I would add that on top of those items, and that makes it easier because I don't eat ribeye fats bites without having the salt on there. I
Mhm.
could, but boy, it's just so much better having that salt on there. I had
Let
that
me
for
just let
breakfast.
me say this, Suzette. On one of our shows, the very first cooking one that we did, it was funny. Laura was teaching G how to make ghee. And
And not stir.
yeah, you can't stir. Baby, let me tell you, do you get a spoon of that? It because it changes the flavor of the butter. It just oh God, it just tastes really good to me. And so adding fat, another way is you can make yourself a broth or a bone broth. And what I would do is I would get well, first of all, you need you a bacon grease can back from in the day back on your stove. I'll get a scoop
Yeah.
of that. I'll get a scoop of tallow. I get a scoop of ghee, and then pour the juice of your broth in there. Put some salt on top of it, baby. You get your little cup. You get you somewhere. That look, my mouth watering just thinking about it. It is. It's so funny what my mouth waters over now.
Yeah. Oh, Sandra,
Oh,
Sandra is saying, this is what I've been doing because I've been
really?
trouble sleeping. So at night, before I go to bed, I've been taking like a slab of butter out of the refrigerator and eating that before I go to bed to see if it can help me get better sleep.
And you said to me that it worked one night, didn't you? I don't
It
know how.
worked one night. It worked one night. I got like, so I usually get like maybe 12 minutes, 20 minutes, no more than 20 minutes of deep sleep per night. But the
Oh,
first night that I did that, I got like 40 minutes. So I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. So, but then kind of went backwards from there. But I'm still doing it. I'm gonna keep doing that for a while and see if it will help
You
get
need
my
more fat.
yeah, increase it. I mean, I started
Yeah.
out with like a tablespoon. I might go up to a couple tablespoons and see if
yep.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
really thinking about doing this, guys. Doing like a week of super high fat and tracking everything. Although I really hate tracking, it makes
Yeah.
me feel obsessed. And I don't like that obsessive feeling about things, but I want to get that fat up there so I can see how do I feel when I have really 80%, 90% fat. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to do a week of tracking. So if I do
well,
that, I will
let me
definitely.
show y'all my burger. So when I cook a burger, I put tallow in the skillet first. I put my burger in, but I had some wild caught shrimp, and I needed to cook those because they had been in the freezer long enough. And so thawed it out and all that other stuff. Peeled those, and I had sautéed some shrimp, and then I had that. So what I'm about to show you, I need you to hear how I fix it. I put the tallow, I put the hamburger, and then the shrimp that I did, I placed it on top of my burger. And then right before I took it out, I put a piece of cheese on it. Now, when I put my stuff over in the bowl, I pour all of the grease back over in it and
Yep.
I eat with
Yep.
a spoon. And I hope you can
Yep.
see that picture.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
And
mm.
so
Yep.
that's what my burger, and those are the shrimp on top, but I need you to see the fat that's in the bowl.
Yeah, right.
So
Yep.
that's from the burger, that's from all of it. Now, if I could eat more, but that I think on
Pretty
that
good.
particular one, I couldn't even eat it all because I can do a burger. I got that down pat.
Mm.
But because of the shrimp and all that other stuff, it just took me a little longer to finish it. But when you talk about that, who would have thought that I used that big Jethro spoon and scoop my stuff up and get all of the fat out of the bowl? And so when I get down to the very end, there's nothing left in the bowl.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
when we talk about adding fat and all of that, I mean, there you go. That is a example. I know we're gonna
Yep.
close it out now, guys, because we are there
Yep.
and talk about your channels
Yep.
and what's going on.
Yeah.
Have at it.
So I'm going to talk about next week's episode. It is a no.
It's gonna be bananas.
Okay.
No,
I was
no,
like, I thought you were saying
Get
no, don't
excited,
say
guys.
anything. And I was like,
no.
yes, you
Next
guys
week,
are absolutely going to want to be here for this one. We are going to do the month end cooking channels. Okay. We're going to do 3 different items. Each of us are going to do something in the kitchen. It's going to be kind of timed, and we're going to see who's going to get it done fastest as to what they're cooking. You guys get to actually be involved in judging it without eating it. You're just going to have to do it based on
just gonna tell
sight
us
and
which
what we
one looks
tell you.
good.
Yes. So that is, I mean, I can't even wait for that. I've been thinking like for the last 2 days, this is what I want to make. This is what I want to make. And this is where I want to put this. And I'm going to do mine in cast iron and, all the stupid things that carnivores think about. Like that's exciting for us. So we're going to do that next week. So I'm excited for everybody to come back and watch that for sure. Um, as always, we want to thank every single one of you for being on here, whether it's live, replay, doesn't really matter. We enjoy people watching us. If you have questions or comments that you didn't want to do on here live, you can always ask each of us, get a hold of either one of us. All of us have our information out on our YouTubes. I have my personal email. I have a website that people can go to, and they can do time with the nurse. And then of course I have so much tallow. I literally cooked down and made 10 quarts of tallow that is pure white this weekend. It was amazing
Wow.
because I have so many products. I'm doing the chapstick, I'm doing tallow lotion, I'm doing the tallow and beeswax candles now. I'm doing, oh my God, these are going to be so great. I wish you guys could smell these.
Okay, so while she's digging for that, I want you all to pay attention across the bottom. Laura's website is Russell Brands with a Z dot square dot site. Everything that she's showing you is available to purchase. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all need to go get it because I am hounding her about lifting her prices up. Okay, she about giving it. She's making zero profit.
She's giving
Okay,
it away, you guys.
she's giving
Yeah.
it away. So I'm telling you, you get in ground level because it's getting ready to.
Ah.
It's going up. It's going up. Go ahead, girl.
So I made tallow body butter that it will be ready in 4 weeks. And of course, I just used the cupcake, silicone cupcakes. I did lemon essential oil for one, and it smells like them Girl Scout cookies they used to make that were the lemon with the powdered. Oh, you could eat these things. They smell so good. And then I did a couple unscented because I had a lady from Canada ask about some unscented items. So I've been doing some of that and vanilla. My house smelled like it was delicious. It was just delicious smelling. So yeah, so I'm doing that, and I'm trying to think. I've got elderberry tincture that's coming up next. That's percolating. It's not something I would take on a daily basis, but if I have a cold coming on, I am not above taking a few drops of that, even if that is not carnivore, because my ancestors did eat berries off of the trees,
That's right.
but they didn't eat broccoli.
Right.
So definitely, if you like our content, if you enjoy this, if there's anybody that you know that you think could learn from any of this information, please share this out. Subscribe to us. We really do appreciate you coming along with us because we learned from you guys as well. Some of us have been doing this for varying times, but we all have something to add. We always have something to do. So um, Robin, I was going to ask you, what are you doing on your YouTube this week?
So this week, I'm having a little bit of a slowdown because I need to finish everybody's taxes. So I've been talking about taxes for a while. We're getting close to the end of the time, April 15th, tax day. So I've got a few more that I need to get done. So I'm having a little bit of a slowdown, but there's a couple of things that are going to be going on. Number one is that I have been going back to some of the interviews that I did with the docs. So last week I did a bunch of shorts from Dr. Kiltz. This week, I'll be continuing with my shorts from Dr. Tony Hampton. And so those will be coming out. I'm going to be posting, of course, as I mentioned, a short of the workout that I did today, the 20-minute bad knees workout, Pilates workout. And then I do have Dr. Chafee scheduled. So I'm working with Dr. Chafee because he reached out to me. I'm so thankful that he reached out this weekend and said, hey, come to find out the time that we have doesn't work. So I'm trying to work around his schedule and make sure that we're going to be able to get him on. So right now I'm thinking it's going to be Sunday morning. It's going to be like 8 a.m. Eastern time, I believe. So this is kind of where we're at right now, is talking about Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Sunday mornings don't generally work for me because it's church day, so I might be doing that call from the church, getting ready to teach my Sunday school at 9:30. At 9 o'clock. So we will see. I'm trying to see how we can work it out and make sure that we get him on. If you guys have questions for Dr. Chafee, I'm trying to ask as many questions from our community as I can get, but we only have 1 hour with him. And Dr. Chafee can talk on every subject. So he will be talking and so I do have a few questions for him, but if you have questions, put those in the chat, put them in the video so that I can see them later. We'll get him on. I'm going to work around his schedule and make sure that we get him on. So if you're not available at that 8 o'clock more in the morning on Sunday morning, make sure you watch the replay. It'll be out there. And I'm so, so, so excited to be able to talk to Dr. Chafee. So that's the big thing that's going on my channel this week.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, G?
Okay. Well, there I put on the screen, that is the wall Pilates. So you can actually go and copy and paste right out of here. And then the second one I put up was the chair Pilates. So you can copy and paste that one for those that are in here. And then, we can go and add them to the show notes as well. So for Frederick and I, one of our biggest things on our channel is our membership. And we have finally opened up membership. There are 3 levels, but the level that I'm going to talk the most about is you becoming a lifestyle changer. And what does that mean? That is, first, if you go to gbrown.com, my website, which will scroll across this bottom again, GIEBROWN.com. When you go there, if you look at the very top, there's going to say questionnaire. If you click that, it's going to take you to a questionnaire. The questionnaire is not for me. Okay. The questionnaire is for you. It is for you to document where you are. So you have that stamp, date and time for that. When you submit that, then an email will come back to you. You will receive a e-booklet. All of this is free. And some of the in the e-booklet, not only it's talking all about the carnivore diet, the different types of meats, the fatty meats, just everything. And there are menus in there. There's 4 sample menus, but there's also 4 blank menus, and you can create your own. But there's also some journal pages in there. And that's the page that I'm going to go over in the morning. So every morning, I will come on in the membership group. I am going to give my information. So you guys are going to know everything. You will become my accountability partners. So I have these ladies, and trust and believe, we talk a lot, but then I'm forming relationships with all of you to where we hold each other accountable. And I really want you to get through your 30 days. If you are new to the carnivore diet, today is, I think, Frederick, 275, I think he said for me. I can tell you this, Saturday will be day 300.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, this has changed my life. And so we are just doing what we can. We try to hold our transparency. Mondays, of course, we stream live. Frederick and I, uh, we on Wednesdays, we were talking about like Monday's show, but there's just so much more to the carnivore and our lifestyle. So we talk about a few things, and then we have some other shows airing. But my biggest thing, and you ladies know that I have talked about starting like a different day on our channel, um, like a story time. But then I decided to do that on a different platform. So I'm going to have my stories and stuff like that. I'll probably do story time on Instagram because I have a very colorful background. My mom is French. My dad was in the military, and that was it's a lot, y'all. It is a lot. And I utilize the platform to leave a video legacy for my family, because even though I plan to be alive for the next at least 50 years, and I, for the first time, believe that I will actually live additional 50 years, barring an accident or anything like that. But if it comes down to health, baby, your girl is going to be here. And so I want to leave that legacy and stuff for my legacies, and they'll have it from my words. So some of the stories, you go to Hanging with the Browns, you're going to feel like, why is she talking about this? So that's why I'm doing it over there. I'm going to do it over there so I can say, baby, I got some stories, y'all. I have some stories, and I'm going to tell it, from love to abuse to, yeah, all kind of stuff. And I'll be sharing that on other platforms. But next week, thank you, Laura, that cooking show, we are pulling out all the stops. Uh Rebecca is supposed to be here. We're really hoping, because she's going to kind of navigate. I'll have Frederick in here with the cameras. We'll be in the kitchen. We're going to be rattling pots, all kind of stuff. It's going to be delicious. And hopefully you guys get some added ideas. The last thing I'm going to talk about is Carnivores After Dark, because Pursuit of Bliss is the one that gave that name, and I took it right then. I said, girl, you will see it again. And so Nurse Laura Lynn and G Brown are going to have Carnivores After Dark. What does that mean for us? That means those questions that you want to ask, that is a little later off in the evening, y'all get to ask it, and we get to talk about it. So some of us are the menopause, and we're going to talk about, before, I know I will. I don't know what she doing. I'm telling you, before Carnivore, and I'm going to show y'all the big pictures where we was. Now, I ain't going to show you a picture of us on the side of the bed, but we're going to talk about a lot of stuff.
Yes.
That I'm not talking about on here. So we are forewarning you ahead of time. Carnivores
After dark.
Carnivores after dark.
Exactly.
Yes. So that video thing is out there. You can click on it and say notify me. You could go ahead now. We're only doing it once a month. It'll be the last Friday of the month. So hang out with us until next time. We good? Our hearts and mind clear? Ladies? We good? All right. We will see you guys. Thank you all for joining us.